G'day everyone, it's Transport Fever back here with T-Nick. Well, this has started off well, hasn't it? You know what I mean. We are here in Mesquite and we watch one of our shiny new passenger trains climbing up the hill into the station. Now, between the last part and this one, because I'm recording them back to back, because I have the night off, and why wouldn't I sit down and play 2 hours of Transport Fever? Because it's awesome. I had a bit of a brainwave. Isn't that a handsome looking train? You may wonder why the bank balance has gone down if I'm recording them back to back. That's because I've upgraded a few more of these while I was waiting for this chap to get into position for this fun little intro. I've decided where I want to set up our new line, and it might not make much sense now, but it will in the future, unless it gets in the way, in which case you'll be like, why did he do that? That was stupid. And, well, let's be honest, you say that about a lot of the things I do. So, you know, it also occurs to me I've got the music going, and we don't need that going because I'm going to be talking and you're going to put up with it. So the line I want to build today is from, let's just make sure we've got everything turned off. Yeah, we'll turn that off. We'll leave the signals on for now. We will be building a line from Mesquite to Plano. Now, I know what you're thinking, you've already got one of those. Yeah, but after Plano, we're going to go to Moreno Valley, up here to Fort Collins, and then maybe duck into Sioux Falls. Now, you're wondering, why do that? That's not much interconnectivity with the rest of the network. In fact, it'll be a fairly long way to get to Sioux Falls from Boston, considering they should be able to go via Gainesville, but I've never built the railway line. What I want to do is I want to have a separate line following the river as sort of a cross-country line, which we'll call, I guess, the River Line, because that's an original name. That way we can have the main lines from Boston going south across the river. And this will just connect up the towns along the river and connect up, eventually, the different lines. So, for example, I was thinking the Gainesville line will probably come through Austin, cross the river at Moreno Valley or Fort Collins, and then sort of bugger off to the south. Well, to get from Moreno Valley to Plano without having to go all the way back via Tucson, you can just catch this River Line train. And I thought, get it out of the way early so that, you know, we've got something cool to look at. And, you know, looking at the industries along the river, we've got a couple we can connect up. We've got a couple of quarries up here. We've got a construction facility here. We've got a construction facility here. We've got a construction facility here. In fact, they're pretty much the only industry. So as I said, there are no industries to connect up, and I don't know why you even brought it up. But yeah, so to start with, we're going to go over to Mesquite because, you know, as I finished off last time, we were double tracking down here for increased capacity. And I thought, well, what's the point in double tracking it if we're not making use of it? So I will put a turn back in at Mesquite Station. Hopefully this doesn't bugger anything up. Yep, that'll actually add on quite painlessly, which is very nice of it. Yeah, just a little bit of landscaping required. Smash that in like that, please. And yeah, we'll divert the trains going up the hill around through this outside platform. And then, yeah, we'll have the middle platform as a turn back there. So, obviously we'll have to sort of extend that line down there a bit. Otherwise it makes no sense. I will use the pause button for this one because I want to make sure it looks nice and pretty for you people at home. So we'll run that line from the buffer stop up to there. That's quite a reasonable extension of the curve. And then we will just sort of bring this track down. Which way is down the hill? Down the hill is this direction. So yeah, we'll need to make sure we sort of have a smooth set of points there. And we do. And then up the hill, hopefully we can just have a reasonable set of points in like that. That we can. Good stuff. Which is no good to us if I don't connect up this track over here. That's not too bad of a curve. And then we'll need to make sure it's connected up at this end because of the inevitable depot access. Although, actually, we'll have to build a new depot for this line because this depot is pointing the wrong way. So no, we'll leave it as a buffer stop for something a little bit different. We'll just sort of adjust the landscape a bit to make up for the changes. Autosave's going to interrupt me as per usual. Now the Columbia line is protesting because obviously it's trying to go through a platform that is no longer connected. So if you could go through platform 3, you're still not happy. Why is that? Oh, because I haven't connected this track up here. Well, I'll just do that with a quick set of points down here as we extend so I can unpause the game. There we go. Happy days. I will now resume the double tracking that we left off last time. So yeah, we'll shoot across this bridge here, and we're actually on the correct side, which is probably a first. So it turns out that quickie set of points I put in probably is never going to get used because we've already connected up to the loop. Go us! It's good to be efficient, of course. You know, it's better than the alternative. But yeah, we're forever putting in sets of points, you know, as a just-in-case measure that we don't actually end up using. So yeah, that signal there is also completely useless now. So good for it. But we will make this, if we can click on it, a one-way signal there. We probably want one halfway down the hill or halfway up the hill. But this is good because if we do want to run freight trains up the hill, we can still have our third track for the slower freight trains so the passenger trains can go past them because it is quite a steep grade. I mean, I'm not sure what we'd send up the hill. I was thinking steel when I built it, but that'd involve using this sort of machine shop here, and I just think that's a bit close to everything. It'll get a bit messy, so I'm looking for a machine shop down here somewhere, as I talked about last time. So, I mean, here's a candidate here. This one up here near Cape Coral is a candidate. Also, this one up here near Midland. So we'll probably end up using one of these two just because they're out in the middle of nowhere, so plenty of room to build a nice big interchange station. But yeah, we'll probably get the steel from a steel mill down here or one of the other ones along the river somewhere. But yeah, so that's a good start there. So now we'll double track all the way down to Plano next because, well, why the hell wouldn't we? So now the double track wants to start on that side, left side of the line, and finish on the right side of the line. Okay, well, once again, I've managed to line my loops up in the worst possible way. Would not have expected any less from me, really, would you? So if you could connect up, please, just like that. That's not actually straight. So bodgy that in like that. Put that in there. No, I said no bodgy. Bodgy no. Bodgy bad. Bodgy bad. We'll connect that up straight, and then we'll put that ever popular emergency set of points in. Again, hopefully we don't have to use it. Hopefully we can get this done reasonably quickly. I mean, it's a fairly flat bit of land down here, so it's not much of an issue. Yeah, there you go. We're not going to need them after all, but it will require a bit of bulldozing around the end of this loop here to get these two tracks to line up correctly. So good thing we put that emergency set of points in so we didn't disrupt the trains, but we'll quite happily bulldoze a large chunk of an operational railway line. Yeah, that's just how I roll. What can I say? So again, put the signals down so they don't block the crossing because I'm courteous to future motorists. You will notice there's no other motorists other than my own vehicles on the map now, but as we've seen from the campaign series, and if you didn't watch the campaign series, you didn't see it, so you don't know what I'm talking about, there will be private motor cars introduced later in the game, which, yeah, look, it's not good for us because it will take business away from our passenger trains, because at the moment, the only way to get from, say, Rockford to Plano is by train. But eventually, when people have their own motor cars, they might decide it's quicker to use the existing road system than our train, in which case they will opt to travel that way. So this is why we need to be working on faster trains, need to keep our tracks nice and fast, and we also need to make sure that we have, you know, we keep an eye on our road connections to make sure that our tracks are, if not faster than, then at least competitive with. So silly me did not connect this up at the other end before he demolished stuff. So we'll demolish that there. Now everyone's currently using that track, so I'll just set points in there. Good. Because obviously with the train turning around at Plano at the moment, that's not a long-term solution. So we won't be building a turn back at Plano for the existing line. We'll just let it use one of the platforms until the river line is bedded in, and then we'll probably end up sending the Cincinnati line, I think it's called. No, sorry, it's the Columbia line that we will send to Cincinnati. That's what I meant to say, and I didn't because, well, shoot from the hip. Say what you're thinking, and pick up the pieces later. As we see, quite a common occurrence on this channel. So a few more signals in. I'll drop a couple at the level crossing. Couple down here, and then just for safety's sake we'll make you all one-wayer, but I don't anticipate a problem. Now Plano seems like a good place to have a bit of a depot, I think. Yeah, I think we'll have to have one pointing one way, probably back towards Mesquite. Although that said, we've got this depot up here pointing in that direction, so maybe one pointing the other way wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, we certainly have some potential for expansion in Plano, though. I mean, we've got plenty of unused land up around here, and eventually they'll end up on the other side of the tracks, like something I noticed before. Minneapolis has really embraced its growth and come over here and then built this pointless road to nowhere. But yeah, so that's actually prompted me to think maybe we should bodgy the freight station up here a bit, put a second street connection in on this one to capture this. But for now, they remain unserved by public transport. We might end up having a bus over there. But that's not what we're starting off with today. We're starting off with this line from Plano to Moreno Valley. So let's get our contours up again. Pretty straight shot there. I guess we'll go past this iron ore mine. We've got another steel mill here. If we use that steel mill, we'll probably just truck the iron ore in from these two. I guess I would like to have a bit of transport going on. So Fort Collins Steel Mills certainly highlighted itself to me as a suitable location because you've got coal and iron ore up here. I don't know what we'll end up doing with this coal here. We might not actually use that. But yeah, so we'll build the line over to Moreno Valley first. And to do that, we're going to have to get out of Plano without knocking down any houses. That was a lot easier than I anticipated. Good. We'll sort of get rid of their squiggly road that they've built for themselves. And of course they're going to get stroppy, because that's what towns do when you demolish their road. Can we back the road back without demolishing? We can. Good. I meant to say without demolishing any buildings, by the way. Can we connect that up? And then can we make it a bridge? Okay, we can make it a bridge. But A, it's not going to work, and B, we really shouldn't. That is just ugly. What I'd like to do is actually have the main connection come out this way, because I'd like to have a bit of a bridge over the tracks, but I don't think that hill is... Yeah, that hill's not really severe enough to have a bridge, so we'll just put a new level crossing in for now and see where we end up in a few years' time when that level crossing annoys the hell out of us. We'll go back to the country road there. Why are you putting a... Oh, because you're going uphill. So I was thinking, why are you doing all this landscaping? But you kind of needed to. So, yeah, fair enough. Good for you. So again, we'll just sort of cut through this little hill here. And we probably don't need to double track this the whole way, because at the start, this will be a very unpopular little line. I will have a little section of track here, though, so our trains can get out of the way, or keep out of the way of the other line that we're running down here, the central line, or whatever it's called this day. So yeah, we'll leave that like that. We'll make you a one-way signal. And we will continue building to Moreno Valley. Where are we going to put a station in here? Because bear in mind, we do need to get to the other side of the river at some point. So it's all fairly flat down here, but, well, naturally everyone wants the waterfront view. So we don't really have the money to sort of bulldoze our way through the centre of town and put a station in there. So I'm thinking we sort of stick at this side of town and just hope for the best, because then we can come down here and cross over to Fort Collins somewhere. Other option is to just build it on this side of town and just have a bus or a tram coming into town, and yeah. But where are we going to want to interchange with? We're likely going to want to interchange with Austin, so that train line can come down here and then cross the river, so that's not a problem. So yeah, we'll throw the station in about here, I reckon. Again, flexible station, of course. I realise I didn't get to these last part, and I probably won't get to them this part either, just being honest with you. No, 160 should be fine. We're really not building long passenger trains at the moment, and as I said, this line won't be very serious to start with. Now, I just want to shrink the entry street. We'll build 2 tracks to start with, just because, you know, it gives us a more impressive station building. Let's pop it there. And again, out in the boonies, but as we've seen, the towns don't like to leave the station alone for too long. That is a really ugly road we just built. Let's forget that ever happened, and that's just as ugly, if not uglier. And autosave's just decided to have a cameo. That's much better. Yeah, there we go. We'll do that, and then we'll keep the road going sort of around like that, I guess. And then we'll just build this one up to meet it. That's good. That's good. We can quite easily get a suitable bus route in here. That won't be a problem at all. Now, of course, there's no point building a bus route without trains to put people on. So we will just have the railway line shoot out of town and off into the yonder that is Plano. I was going to say wild blue yonder, but I don't know if it's wild or blue. We do want to do a bit of landscaping here. Why is that? Maybe if we... Where's the railway track we've already built over there? Maybe if we come around this way, we can avoid the worst of the grade. We will destroy a bit of native forest, but, well, if you don't tell, I won't tell. And we can keep it our little secret, and we'll single track from here. There's a bit of a hill on the way. It's completely flat down by the river, and we found the one hill that's going to get in the way. So we could tunnel through it for... Actually, that's dead cheap. So, yeah, otherwise if we go around, we can do it cheaper, but we are adding a fair bit to our journey. Although, yeah, 500 grand, it's not that cheap. Oh, look at that, we did it anyway. Oh, okay. It's nice to have money in the bank. I'll be crying about that money being missing when it comes time to replace some of our older trains, of course. But for now, yeah, just spend money on tunnels we don't really need for a railway line that probably won't make much money initially, if not a loss. So reconnect that road there. I don't think we bodged any more roads out of the way down here at Merino Valley. I'm confused as to why the game hasn't generated a road between Plano and Merino Valley. You know, by itself, it's unusual. There's roads to the industries, but no actual road between the two towns. So, look, even when the private car is invented, this may actually be a reasonably popular train. Yeah, we never built that depot that we were going to build down in Plano either, did we? Yes, because we've got this handy-dandy little oil refinery up here, but no actual crude oil in the vicinity to... Oh, no, hang on, we've got some over here. So that's a potential, although it's just as much of a potential shipping route as it is a train route. So, yeah, that shouldn't influence our depot construction too much. I guess we'll just throw the depot in here. That's a reasonably nice place for it. Let's just drop you in... Yeah, say about there. We'll make it look pretty as well because, you know, that's what we do now. We make depots look pretty. Let's just connect that up to the main line. And, of course, we'll need a set of points to get across to the other side. Please don't be weird about it. Hey, you weren't. Isn't that nice of you? It does mean this signal here is now completely invalid, though. So, bye-bye. We will move it down here. And we'll put a corresponding signal in over here. Not that I see it getting much use. We'll get rid of this one here just so stuff doesn't bank up. And then we'll just make our depot look pretty with a bit of rusty track on a nice little sort of siding just out alongside the depot here where we can park some trains that we're not using. So let's have a look in scenery. We've got, I guess we've got that oil refinery nearby, so it makes sense that we'd have some oil wagons sitting on the siding, hopefully with the handbrake on. Zoom in a bit and make sure the couplers line up. Yeah, and we'll have a couple of box cars, I guess, just down there as well. There we go. That looks kind of cool. We've got a couple of spare wagons sitting around, waiting to be used. So we got to set the line up now, don't we? So we want to go from Mesquite Station to Plano Station to Merino Valley Station and back again, of course. Now, let's make sure everyone has chosen the correct terminals. So at Mesquite, we have chosen the center track because we're smart little Vegemites. Plano was pretty hard to stuff up. And which track have you chosen at Merino Valley? Good, that one. I don't really have an opinion one way or another which track you picked at Merino Valley. I just thought I'd look to make sure it felt included, I guess. Sure. Now we'll call this the River Line for now. Maybe a better name will present itself in time, but I like it. It follows the river. I sort of want to serve all the towns either on or near the river with this line, just to provide, as I said, a bit of interconnectivity as we expand the network. So, I was going to build a new train for this one, but instead I'm going to pinch an older train off another route. Hopefully we can find one that's suitable. Road Vehicle 35 is complaining. The Columbia line was the line I was thinking of. Train 11 and Train 10. They are starting to get on in years, so actually they've probably only got about 3 years left in them before they're going to need replacing because of those carriages. So this idea, maybe not so good. Let's just replace them with... we'll replace them with the Moguls. And we'll just build a new general for this line, I guess. Because, yeah. So yeah, we'll go the general, we'll go the 4 of the standard passenger cars, and we'll stick with just one for now until the line gets going. Now this is the river line. My game is out of control. There we go. The map was moving by itself. And he's off! So given our trains are obsessed with whistling, I'm disappointed this one didn't. Yeah, I'm watching you. We should also throw down a couple of those nice little scenery items down here. Let's put a water tower down, I guess, sort of here. And we'll put the sanding tower up near the shed. There we go. That looks nice. Just a bit of eye candy as we pass by on the main line. So off you go. Hopefully you're going to start picking people up soon, but you're not going to have many people to pick up in Merino Valley because the station is in the middle of nowhere. So that's something we should address with a handy dandy bus route. You know how it works. We put down some bus stops and build buses, and things happen. So we'll put a stop in there. Got to make sure it's on the correct side of the road. We'll put a stop down here. Normally I'd put it here, but I want to be able to access the other side of the river in the future as well. So we'll throw one down there, and we'll chuck one down here. Because eventually, I can see us having a route from the station, sort of straight down the main road over to this side of the river, as opposed to the more common city circle we've been building. So again, we're going to see a lot of development up here, so I might throw this down. Too much curvature. There we go. You're happy with that. Throw the depot down there. And I should probably look at these road vehicles that are starting to fuss about getting old. So we'll send it down via Miller Street, Cherry Street, Mill Street, Woodland Street, all the streets. Locust Street, really popular name. Forgotten the name of this town already. It is Merino Valley. So this is Valley City Circle. Yes. Consistency is the name of the game. So let's build the Landauer, which is basically just a motor-driven carriage. So it's a carriage driven by a motor instead of a horsey. And we'll send you guys off on... What was the name of the place? Merino Valley, that's it. Merino Valley City Circle. And we'll just get the obligatory departure shot of our funny-looking buses. They are funny-looking buses. They also sound like a mosquito or a wasp swarm. I don't like wasps. I'm getting shivers just thinking about it. Good, so that is the first of the River Line stations. Now the big question is, how do we get across the river to Fort Collins? I'm thinking we'll head up to Sioux Falls with this line. Maybe even link around to Austin? I don't know. But yeah, if we're going to cross the river, we may as well get some money's worth out of it. Because eventually we'll be running from Gainesville down to Austin, down to Merino Valley. So if we want to run up to Sioux Falls and then back to Austin as a bit of a loop, we can then meet up with that line twice, I guess. And down here, when we have to build a junction in, that's where we might be able to use some of these funny looking things you've seen in the corner of the station window, which are basically flying junctions. So I don't know if it'll let me show you, but yeah, it's basically a way to have two lines meet without having to build awkward transport fever bridges. But as you can see, very expensive and very space consuming, so not sure if I'll ever actually end up using them, but that's what they're there for. But so we need to find a way to get across this river, and we need to find a place that's convenient. Now, I'm thinking if we build our bridge near one of these construction material places, we can stop using this one and actually rail the gravel down through Sioux Falls and Fort Collins as well, if we so desire. Or we could just sort of wing it and put a bridge in wherever we want and just ignore the construction material places. But as we want to get to Sioux Falls, I'm thinking a bridge sort of over here somewhere so we can come up to Sioux Falls that way. And do we want to have a line from Fort Collins up to Midland? I mean, this line won't be the line at all because then we'd have to bridge twice. But it is something we have to consider when building the station. I mean, we might build the station here because this might be a good junction up to Cape Coral as well. In fact, that actually sounds like a really good idea. We can have sort of a three-way junction there. Merino Valley, Cape Coral, Midland, and Sioux Falls. We can have a four-way junction. like a good four-way junction. So yeah, we'll have to be considerate where we place our station. Also, it's dead flat down here. That's not a problem. And all the residential is on this side of town anyway. So I guess that sort of decides it. What did I just do? I just pushed a button and something happened. I meant to move the map around. Train station, please. That's what I want. I also want to get rid of this. No, not upgrade it. I want to get rid of it. No, I don't. Why is the game trying to... Oh, I thought it was trying to put tram tracks down. Yeah, see, from here it looks like it's upgrading it. But nope, definitely demolishing. Hopefully I never have that situation reversed where I think I'm putting tram tracks down and I actually demolish. So we'll put the station in, say, here. And then we'll connect this road up to this existing intersection here, which gives us pretty good catchment already. Now, Dum Dum here only built one track, and we want two because we are going up to Sioux Falls eventually. So, yeah, good work future-proofing. But ideally, we want to have sort of one bridge and have the junction on the other side. So this might actually be a time to build that funky thing you see in the depot window. This is actually like a custom bridge. It's a mod. But what it is it's a bridge you can build in segments. So not so much segments, but you can actually build it sort of and place it. So we're looking for 2 arches. That'll get us across. And we want to go with about a 10-meter height. Now, is that going to be too high? Because my only concern is, I mean, this is going to drop down to snap to the landscape. How much is that going to cost? 1.7 million. Yeah, so we don't want to get this wrong. Now, if we go with 0 meters, it's even complaining about being too close to the water. So 10 meters it is. Let's just pray that this works. It is too high. Okay, well, that was $1.7 million wasted. Because if we try and build that down like that, it's just going to get weird. Yeah, that's a shame. I really wanted to build that bridge. Well, I successfully built the bridge. It's just not going to work the way I wanted it to. So, yeah, I probably should have saved before attempting that. Oh well, what do you do? Learn from living and live from learning. So we'll get rid of a lot of road up here, and surprisingly that has not upset any towns. Because that road is annoying as hell. So, we are going to need to build... I like to build my bridges straight. So we're going to need to build a bridge across there. Do we want to have anything... We're going to have any ships coming under it? No, probably not. Because we've got the construction materials here. If we're gonna run a ship up to there, we'll run it to this one. So let's go with the box girder because it's a suitable opportunity for a box girder. Don't care for the angle though. So what if we run it more like that? That's a bit better. And we'll go with the box girder again, please. Yes, that one. Yes. And now I don't like it because it's too close to the water. So let's just try 3rd time's charm. Let's build it up higher. Is this going to work how I like it? That's going to work wonderfully. Again, not as impressive as the one I wanted to build. Well, successfully built, but then demolished. So, yeah, we'll just back that track off there. But yeah, that's disappointing that the big arch bridge didn't work out. But I guess it's more suited to mountainous areas, not flat ground like we've got here. In fact, I actually meant to build that up a bit bigger so I could squeeze a road under it. But nevertheless, it has not worked. So we will need to point this track pretty quickly down towards Merino Valley. So we're going to need a junction here. Keep it on a reasonable curve. We don't want to get too aggressive with our curving. We have plenty of room to swing around. And then, yeah, that line can then shoot off towards Midland, and we can have another junction off towards Cape Coral as well. So that's not a problem. Now we're going to have to reconnect these roads we demolished. And by have to, I mean, we don't really have to, but, you know, I'd like to because the road was put there by the game. I'd like to put it back. So all we've done now is connect up the construction materials plant with the tool factory. So I will I'll run this road in here to join up with those. And again, what's interesting, no direct road between Fort Collins and Merino Valley. This only goes to the refinery and this one only goes to the construction materials plant. So I'm curious as to why the game has done that, but I'm also very happy because it means more passengers for our trains, hopefully, assuming people want to travel that far. Let's get the contours back up so we can avoid the worst of that hill without having to tunnel through it. Actually, we can probably sneak through this sort of gap over here with minimal landscaping. Yes, there we go. That keeps it flat there. And we'll just have to swing around a bit here. Oh, a little bit of a cutting there, but that's not worth writing home about. And we're going back downhill again, apparently. And now back on the straight. See, it tries to put these little humps in when it changes the type of terrain, and I'd like to avoid those if possible. Nice and flat there. We'll get rid of that road. Now it's upset because it's destroyed a main connection. So put that in there, and I wonder if we can't fit a bridge in over there. Probably not, but I'm going to try, just because bridges look nicer than level crossings. So let's go ahead and put the medium street in, just like that, just a sneaky curve there. And then if we want it to go straight. Yes, it's trying to go uphill already. And that's a bit more of a hump than I would have liked. What if we try and do it manually? How are we going to get that to line up straight? Is it going to snap? It doesn't want to snap. Okay. What if we do that? And then we do this. Now, I don't think that's going to work. Okay, for some reason the angle got less there. Let's try that. Now, is that going to bridge? Sort of. And what if we... No. Oh, here we go. We got a bridge. We got a bridge forming. Oh, we got a bridge disappearing. We got a bridge forming again. Okay. Nope, disappearing. It's a bit wider and longer and humpier than I wanted, so yeah, again, kibosh that idea. I gotta figure out how to build proper bridges in this game, because I cannot build a bridge to save my life. Too much slope. I'll show you too much slope. I don't know, what does that threat even mean? I don't think it means anything. But we have made no, that's scenery. We want to landscape that. We have made a very ugly mess of this whole area, so yeah, first of all, get rid of the evidence of the road where it was before and make sure people can see before crossing the tracks. Good. We'll connect this track up here. Oh, beep, beep. We've got the San Diego electric trolley. San Diego is not on this map, so I'm not sure why they've offered it to me, but thank you. Thank you all the same. So that should be the track fully connected up to Fort Collins. So we'll find our train. Actually, no, we just find the line. Hey, look, people are already... Oh, no, they're not. They're waiting for the Columbia line, not the River line. We really shouldn't have the same colour for both lines. Got my hopes up. Are you actually carrying any people? No, you're carrying no one. Where are you? You're going to Plano. Well, I guess we are doubling up on an existing line from Mesquite to Plano so far, so we shouldn't really expect too much. But from Plano to Moreno Valley, hopefully we'll get some people eventually, and then Moreno Valley to Fort Collins, and back again. Hopefully we'll get some people as well. Yeah, triumphant whistling to say, hey, you've changed my orders and I don't like it. I don't know why that's triumphant. That's a lot of whistling, Chief. Where was that when you came out of the depot? Now I'm going to anticipate level crossings here. Seriously, you're still going. You're just taking the piss now, mate. Drop that down there, make it a one-wayer. Again, really? Is it every time I build a signal you start tooting your horn? Oh, it's because you're upset. Oh, sorry. Why are you upset? Oh, because you're trying to use the same platform here. Well, we can fix that. Will that stop you from whistling? Other way. No, I think we bodged that up. Let's try flipping that the other way around. That's what we wanted. No, it's not. No, okay. Yeah, I get why you're whistling. You've really got the shits with me, haven't you? Have I put some signals down? Oh, I've put this down as a one-way signal. That's my problem. You're probably sitting there at home going, I could have told you that. Yes, you could have, and I've put one down. No, that one's not a problem. What's the problem? Fort Collins to Moreno Valley. Why can't you get back again? Is it maybe now it's because I've got you coming to the wrong platform? Let's try. Whoop, no, just undid what I just did. Let's try that. Okay, you happy now? Is that happy whistling? It sounds like happy whistling to me. He's now going back to being quiet, so I'm assuming that everything is going okay. Oh, look at this. We've got people waiting here, coming in droves, and by droves I mean 17. But people waiting to go to Plano, so that's good. That's it shows we've got some uptake on the line already. We'll also need to connect up Fort Collins with... Yeah, a circle bus route might not actually be the most appropriate, because I can see a circle here, but capturing this industrial area is going to require one heckin' big loop, and I'm not sure I want to do that. So, how are we going to do that? We might have to put a bus terminus in here to make sure we can turn buses around without a loop. Yeah, we can. We could probably put like a figure 8 in, I guess. Yeah, let's just do that. Because yeah, again, we'll start with a loop, and then if we need to later on, we can. Let's put this road over here like that. Have that join up like that. That way, we get the town growing on this side of the map as well. On this side of the map, on this side of the station rather, and we'll link that down with a curve there. Yeah, so we can sort of have a figure 8. We'll come in around and then up and around. And, okay, that's more of a loop. Go me. Yeah, I know geometry and stuff. So we'll put some bus stops down, throw one down there, throw one down there, and we'll throw one down sort of up here, I guess, to catch the eventual houses that build down near the river. So we basically want to catch anything that the station doesn't. So between them... Okay, you catch that house and this stuff here as well. So that's okay. That's good. Oh, exactly 10... Oh, we had exactly 10 million. Now we're up to 10.2. Sigh. Yeah, I'm not complaining. And we'll put another truck/bus depot in there. And we will set up another route down here. I will keep this terminus here just because when we do start building buses that go out down the roads and come back again, we've got the terminal facilities already in place. So now this is Fort Collins, if I remember correctly. We'll call it City Circle, and we'll chuck a couple of Land Roarers on there. Well, Landauer, I think it's technically called, but I like my first mispronunciation, the Land Roarer. So you guys can roar your way onto the Fort Collins City Circle, please. Off you go. Huzzah! Now all that's left to do is connect up to Sioux Falls. And do we want to connect up to Austin? I kind of do and I kind of don't, because we're going to have connection with the Gainesville line at Moreno Valley anyway. So there's probably not much point in connecting up to Austin. In fact, looking at the terrain, there's very little point in connecting up to Austin. If anything, we'd try and connect up to Gainesville. So yeah, that might be one for a bus in the future. They've already got the road in place, so... Yeah, I don't think we'll see many people using the train to get from Sioux Falls to Austin via Moreno Valley once the private motor car is developed because of the connecting road. But for now, we'll make the best of it. And we will build the station with potential to continue onwards. In fact, we might have a line come from Gainesville down to Austin, down to Sioux Falls, and then maybe on up to Midland via Fort Collins. I don't really know yet. But we'll build the station with the idea of expansion in mind. And we'll build it on the outskirts of town for that reason, just to make sure we've got that space to work with. Yeah, so we'll go with single track for now, because that's way off in the future that we're talking. Yes, I'll probably live to regret that, but we'll go with single track for now, because all we're going to do is connect up to Fort Collins initially. What do we have en route? We've got a steel mill, which will be useful in the future, and a plastics factory, which... You know what, given we've got an oil refinery here, do we have any actual oil though? We literally have no oil. Oh no, hold on, we've got one there. Okay, so that might be useful if we're going to be producing tools up in this part of the world. So we'll swing the line past these two facilities because we'll be potentially using them in the future. So I want to make sure they've got access to a railway line should we need them. So we'll connect that back up again there. And at least it's fairly flat down towards Fort Collins. I mean, I think... Oh, we're not even trending downhill. I thought we were very gently going downhill to the river, but we're not even doing that. So we will avoid this little bump of land out here. Bump of land, bump of hill. Bump of hill. Really? Now, why is that trying to put a bump in the track? Now it's trying to put a divot in the track. What's it going to try and do now? Taking all bets. We've gone with a bump. And we'll allow it, because it's only a little bump. I don't mind a little bump, it's the big bumps I object to. Throw a level crossing down. We probably should connect up this other track as well. Just because you know, we might need in the future. So we want to avoid double tracking the bridge for now, because, well, obviously we've only got the one train running on this route for now, so we don't want to go too crazy. And we'll just put the points in to allow him to use both platforms. Put the points in on this side. And now we just adjust the route again up to Sioux Falls. The river line, please. So after Fort Collins, I would like you to go to Sioux Falls. Turn around and go back again. And look at that, you've automatically figured out what platforms to use correctly. Oh, what a clever... Oh, I keep forgetting to check on my road vehicles. But yeah, what a clever sausage. We'll put the signal in before the crossing here. Oh dear. Oh, no, I called it a clever sausage, but it's actually trying to go on the wrong directions. It's trying to keep left and not right. So it's not a clever sausage, it's a doofus sausage. So you need to go through Terminal 1, and you need to go through Terminal 2. That should have fixed it. I just undid what I did before, didn't I? So the first one needs to go through Terminal 2, because that's going that way. And this one needs to go through Terminal 1. No warnings. That fixed it. Okay. Didn't think. Just wildly started clicking things, as I am wont to do. So that's good. That one train is now going from Sioux Falls to Mesquite, so the entire width of the map. And he's doing so with a general and 4 cars. So he's probably not doing it very quickly. In fact, where is he? Let's see what he's doing. Vehicles, train 37. He's currently empty, and he's coming into our tunnel. Yay! Oh, no, we're now going over the tunnel. Okay, well, we do have a fair few people waiting up here for him. Going to Plano, not to... Why does that say via Mesquite? It should be via Plano or via Fort Collins. I'm confused. So let's make sure we've got this right. Mesquite, yes. To Plano, yes. To Moreno Valley, yes. Back to Plano. Oh, I've buggered this up. Let's just delete them all and start again. So start at Sioux Falls, then go to Fort Collins, then go to Moreno Valley, then go to Plano, then go to Mesquite, then go back to Plano, then go back to Moreno Valley, and then go back to Fort Collins. No, not Fort Collins Signal 1, no. When I clicked, I meant to click the station. Why would you assume I wanted to go via that signal? Okay, well, everything seems to be correct now. Everything seems happy, and now we just wait for all the passengers to rock back up at the station. Because we've all scared them off. And there goes some sort of wasp with no one on it. Well, he's probably picking up all the people that got the shits because the train never turned up. Yeah, so that's something we'll investigate in the future. That's a weird little kink in the track. That's to get around, yeah, it's to get around the hill. That's okay. It just looks weird from space. Yeah, we'll investigate sort of putting in a few passing loops on that and adding a second train once it starts to bed in. But the next thing we need to do is to get a bus route going down here in Sioux Falls. Now again, a circle will be tricky because if we build a circle around here, we're actually missing the big centre of town. So what I'm thinking is we'll actually run sort of a figure 8 again. To try and capture as much business as possible, at least until the town expands up to where the station is. So we'll try and we'll run that as a straight line, and then we'll just connect that up to it like that. Yeah, that looks all right. And then we can run a bit of a figure 8 then. So we'll need a bus stop down here. We'll probably end up going with one of these again. Yeah, that's not too bad. We'll just put it put it in over here so people don't have to walk too far to the station, because I know how lazy people are. And now we need some bus stops. So we'll throw one in at the end of that street, one in at the end of that street, then we'll chuck one in there. Zoomed out way more than I needed to there. One in the centre of town there, and that should do us. Yeah, it's a pity we can't have two opposite each other in the centre of town, but they're literally going to be going around the corner like that. So I imagine this will be a pretty popular bus stop, but I've positioned it in such a way that the buses should go around the town like this. So that way that is the last bus stop they stop at. So, you know, it encourages people to go to the more outlying stops first. I think that's how it works. If not, it's all for naught, and we'll have to put in a second city circle going the other way. So again, we'll put the truck stop on the outskirts of town. And we'll set up a new route in Sioux Falls. From there, to there, to there, up to there, and around to there. See, it's figured it out, and that is a proper figure 8. Take note, Fort Collins, and your supposed figure 8 that turned out to just be a circle. And we'll call this, I have no idea how to spell Sioux Falls. S-I-O-U-X. That's a C. That's an X. Falls City Circle. Good. Keeping to the tradition. And we'll build some Land Roarers. We'll build 4 of them and send them out on the Sioux Falls City Circle. There you go. Off you go. Go forth and make me some coin. Now, did I have a bunch of road vehicles complaining about getting old? No, I can't possibly see any that are getting old here. Oh, except all of these ones. So Ventura deliveries, you're actually a decent length route, so I'll definitely look at replacing you with a Cannstatt. 174 grand, yeah, not a problem. Don't mind paying it. That makes me happy. The Mesquite City Circle, yeah, you're all getting a bit old, so we'll replace you with the Land Roarer. 93 grand, not a problem. And the Orange City Circle is starting to get old again, so we'll replace that with the Land Roarer again there. Is anything coming up to renewal? We may as well sort of jump on that before we need to. Yeah, so the Orange Industrial Deliveries, we'll get the Cannstatt on that one. And the Plano City Circle is coming due for renewal as well, so we'll get on that as well. Replacement, we'll get the Land Roarer there. Good. So yeah, we've got our new line set up, our river line set up. I guess with nearly 20 million burning a hole in our pockets and nothing immediately pressing to do, we may as well chuck some passing loops down here and throw a second train on? Or do we want to redirect our central line up to Lakewood? No, I don't really like that, because then people have to change in Mesquite, and the train to Plano would go from being a really good service to a really shit service. So no, Lakewood might have to be Lakewood, Orlando, Columbus might have to be a separate line. This one I think is heading up towards Cincinnati, Toledo, Laredo, and Visalia. Maybe even just Laredo, because pronouncing that too many times is going to do my head in. So yeah, that's a thing. Or we could extend our Gainesville line. No, I'm sort of happy with that how it is at the moment. I don't want to mess things up. Although, actually, no, we do need to do something here because the town is enveloping this poor little station, and we need to keep the line going to Austin. So let's just. Oh, I've got to demolish the station. Oh, hudja fudja wudja. Yeah, this is the problem with using the flexible station mod, is when it's updated, you often have to replace the station completely. That's not a flexible station, that is. I imagine it's something to do with the mod maintaining compatibility with itself, so it doesn't break your save game. So I'm certainly not complaining, but I just don't like having to rebuild my station all the time. So now if we put it in like that, if I'd only thought to look at how much curve I had on it before I demolished it. Was that it? That's sort of it. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're going the wrong way though. That's pretty much what it was. We just need to make it 2 tracks. 2 tracks. And we're not up to 1920 yet. It's 2 buildings will be removed. Terrain alignment collision. I know what I'd rather. Oh, collision. Okay, well. Bodgy off-road. 2 buildings and no collision, or no buildings and no collision. I know which one I'm taking. No buildings and no collision. Now, those tracks are actually going to line up with the bridge too. Probably should have paid attention to that before rebuilding the station. Boom! Look at that. That was nice and easy. So hopefully the existing line is still happy. It is not happy at all. Okay. What we'll need to do is we'll need to put in a... Actually, no, I can keep turning around there because it's only a short passing loop for now, so... I'll just have to fix it up when I fix everything up. No, do it right. And see, look, it's already buggered. Yeah, there we go. That's fixed it. So now, how are we going to get through this hill? We could either sort of try and skirt around it, or we could just barge straight through it. Barge straight through it. I heard barge straight through it, so that's what I'm going to do. There we go. There's a tunnel there we can get. Bit of a cutting. No, I didn't want to... I just want to have a look at that. Around like that, maybe. What's that doing for us? That's not too bad. It is heading us in the direction of Austin. It's less than $1 million, so I'll take it. I'll take that tunnel. And again, we will build this up to the tunnel, but we won't double track the tunnel itself yet. We'll also get rid of this pointless road here. I would like to try and get the road to bridge across, though. Oh, seriously, I thought I replaced all the potentially old road vehicles to avoid this happening. 73. Where is 73? Gosh. I don't see 73 anywhere on this list. Nope. Okay. It did say road vehicle 73. Well, maybe it literally just got replaced because it's certainly not showing up on that list now. Now, if we want to build a bridge, we're going to have to demolish a building. I don't want to do that. And it's not even going to work. Okay. I thought we were in a bit of a cutting, so it'd be okay. What if we get rid of this road here and get a bit of a run up, sort of, say, here? Yeah? No? No? Yep, no? Yep. Okay, it's going to try. No, it doesn't want to. It doesn't want to work. That's okay. That's fine. Oh, we should put a second street connection here before I forget. Both. Yeah, I don't know if that'll connect. Let's just keep it where it is, and let's try. No, let's try that. Yeah, we'll try that because I can get rid of this road here, seeing as I know the bridge idea isn't going to work, and connect up a medium street just up to Too Much Curvature Town, of course. Why didn't I think of that? There we go. And that'll get us access to all these houses without having to build a bus around here. At least not yet. I probably will need a bus over here eventually if the town keeps expanding that way. But that's good. That's a good start. So we will put a set of points in here to make sure everyone can use the tunnel. Now, where are we going? Austin. Let's have a look at our contours. Oh, this is not great. First of all, we're going to have to get across our own road. And then we're going to have to... I guess we'll follow the highway down towards the... just demolish our own road here. I realise our trucks are going to get confused in the short term. But hopefully I can fix it before they notice. Did you notice? You don't look like you've noticed. How does a horse look like it's noticed something? So we'll run some track. Are we going to stay on this side of the road? Austin's going to be tricky to put a station in, isn't it? Especially if we want to get down the hill to Merino Valley. Where are we going to put the station? That'll affect how we come into the town. Okay, so we can put it up on the hill here. That is where the residential area is. Or it looks like we've got a bit of land over here where the industrial area is. Yeah, I'm thinking the residential area is where we're going to put it, though. I think we've got more room over here. We'll go with a straight station because, well, we've got the room for it. That's actually not too bad. I thought the contours were a lot worse. We put it around like that. We're sort of digging into the land, and that's good because then we might be able to tunnel down and come out here somewhere. So that's... Yeah, that seems to be our best option. So this wants to come downhill. How downhill are we talking? Oh, we're talking significantly downhill. Just wondering if we can't bridge across the highway somehow, but... well, we can. It's just ludicrous. Ludicrously expensive. What if we try... Oh, here we go. Now we're talking. Again, ludicrous looking bridge, but I don't hate it because we're in the right terrain for this sort of thing. And then, because we're sort of going to have to drop down anyway to get back up here. So maybe not. Okay, so now that we know where we want to build the station, what are we doing? We're coming downhill. We might be able to sort of get a bridge across here. It's making the bridge building noise, but it's not actually building a bridge. Here we go. Oh, this I like. This is cool. Let's pick a nice bridge. I like this one. Yeah, we've used that one a few times. Yeah, that one, it's a bit... No, I'm definitely thinking this fella here. Although we have used that a few times too, haven't we? The viaduct sort of fits the mountainous theme, I guess. So we'll go with the viaduct. In fact, we've already used this viaduct on this exact route too, so that works. And we'll bosh the track back to the start and then sort of connect it up like that. That's not too bad of a curve. I'm going to be picky and say we can do it better. Nope, made it worse. Okay, good to know. good to know. Bring it right back to the crossing and see what happens. Can we bring that down? Not perfect, but it's close enough. Now, can we connect this up to there with a bridge? We can. Oh, I'm liking this. I'm liking this. And can we? What if we connect it straight? Oh, that's even better. Don't collision. Oh, it's not connected up. That's why. Oh, that is cool. We go with the same type of bridge. No, that's not the same type of bridge. The same type of bridge as this one. Or do we want to go with a sort of that? That is cool, coming across the valley like that, and it saves it going down on a hill. But I sort of think the bridge is a bit too long, so I might do it in multiple stages. So I might back it off and connect it up over to here. Yes. And then we got to try and curve it around there. But I like the theory. The theory is good. The theory is solid. How can we do this differently? Maybe if we sort of curve around like this, and then bring it in like this. Yeah. Okay. I like the theory of it. Just rebuild the road. No, it's too much down. Let's try. If we just rebuild the road in a bit of a depression like that, we'll get a bridge in here, right? Right? There we go. There's a bridge. And that's about as good as we're going to get. That's not bad. I sort of want to keep it flat though. Oh, okay. No, that's too flat. Yeah, so if we bring it over like that. Oh, here we go. If I just raise it a little bit. See, that's as the game wants it. If I raise it up by one step, we'll go the viaduct again because that looks cool. Good. I realize this is probably the most inefficient way to do this I could possibly think of, but damn if it doesn't look good. And then if we build that track across like that, that's also another bridge that's occurred. And that looks kind of cool as well. Where's that road actually go? That's the Sioux Falls Road, okay. I kind of want to do this one for this bridge because it's slightly longer. It's also slightly curvy. No. Okay, well now that we've got this first bridge in, we can bring the track back a bit and then try building it from there across. There we go, that's working a bit better. Okay, so we go with this bridge here. Yeah, it's a bit curvy. I don't necessarily agree with the curviness of it. I don't know why I'm getting picky because now we've got something cool and I'm trying to ruin it. So keeping it flat, keeping it straight, that's what we want. And then we just need to make this curve look reasonable so the shareholders will buy it, and that will. Oh, that looks awesome. And we've sort of avoided the pitfalls of having to go downhill just to go uphill again. Yeah. That was probably really expensive. I was not looking at the money the whole time. So we've got the second track in there for me eventually get down to Merino Valley, but that's probably beyond our scope at the moment. But gosh darn if that's not one of the coolest lines we've built so far. Really happy with that. So are people going to want to go from Gainesville to Austin? I guess we find out by extending the line. We'll probably need to put in a passing loop somewhere. Probably before the multitude of bridges. Because, well, after the multitude of bridges, probably too late. Oh, beep, beep, hello. We've got the steam lorry, which is the American version of the Kamstadt. It just occurred to me once again that we started off with the second track on the left-hand side and finished up with the second track on the right-hand side. Good work. Maybe here we can put a passing loop in and have it change sides. So, yeah, we'll start off by demolishing that, and then we will have the passing track come off. Which side do we want it? It'll come in on this side. So like that. So the second track will be on this side. And then we want this track to go around like, no, connect up to the bridge, please. And then we want this track to continue on as its own thing. I'm hoping that will. Yes, we can double track that bridge, no problems, good. And we'll just sort of put a set of points in here. No, I don't, I've built enough track there, that's all I wanted. And we'll put a set of tracks in here, and that should correct our problem without any gnashing of teeth further down the line. So I'll pop a couple of signals in, pop a one-way signal in there, make sure people use the loop properly and they don't just sort of do whatever they feel like, because that makes me mad. Good. I like what we've accomplished. Don't make that a one-way signal, that'd be stupid. Now, trains coming through the platform here. We will have a one-way signal down here. Good. Can we fit a signal in before the tunnel? Yes, although you don't have great visibility to it, so if a driver goes through that one at stop, I'm not going to think any less of them. We'll put in a couple of signals. Yeah, we'll just drop one there. Now, you get to be our guinea pig. You got a decent load of people coming to Gainesville, that's good. But yeah, after Gainesville, I want you to go to... Oops. No, I buggered that up. Yeah, I know you're upset. After Gainesville, I want you to go through to Austin, and then back to Gainesville again, please. So hopefully you got the message. That might be what all the whistling's about. It's hard to tell with these guys. Okay, we've got a lot of people going to Austin, apparently. Good for them, I suppose. I mean, I didn't think Austin would get that much demand so quickly, but I guess it has. All those people are just going for a joyride. I don't know. Genuinely can't tell. I will fix the signalling up approaching. Okay, I'm assuming all his whistling is because he's really excited to be the first train on the new line, because otherwise he's just going to upset everyone in the town. Seriously, he is well stoked, isn't he? You right, mate? No, he's finally done. Okay, good for you. Enthusiastic whistling. That's important. Austin, of course, the station is, as usual, in the middle of nowhere. It's actually not too bad. So we will have to provide some buses to get people into town. I'm thinking we can run them down this road and down this road and then just sort of meet up somewhere over here. The only catch is people out this way might have a bit of a walk to get to their bus stop, but they'll figure it out. Let's have a look. Can we get a... No, we can't really get a more pleasing. So we'll just sort of extend that up the hill a bit there. Is that straight? That's straight. Now extend that up the hill a bit there. That's also straight. And then just sort of connect the road in. Nope, that's not going to work. Connect the road across like that. That is going to work. Hooray! Hooray, hooray. Bus stops. We'll go this direction. We'll have one in the center of town here. We'll have one on this corner of town. We'll have one sort of down here, I guess. We'll have one sort of over here. And that should cover us. That should be the whole town. Again, we'll build a road vehicle depot down here because there's no point being cheap about it. Put it at the end of that. No, that road mine will actually want to connect up to the highway at some point, so we'll drop it in sort of there. And see how we go. And we'll connect up all of these stops with a lovely baby poo brown colour. Is that going the right way? It's hard to tell against the road, but I think so. Yes, that's a full circle, which means we're going to call this Austin City Circle. Huzzah! You wouldn't have expected any less from me as to call it a city circle, would you? No, I've found my theme and I'm going to stick to it. So we'll get 4 more for that one, and we'll send you guys out on... That's the individual line. I want to send you guys on Austin City Circle. Probably won't do it in time for the train to arrive, but can we see the train going over some of our impressive new bridges? We can. Let's get a better view than that. Yeah, I like this bridge. This is cool. Let's bugger that off out of the way. God, this train is slow. Oh, I love it. I do like this landscape, though. That is really cool. How many trains do we have on this line? Because it occurs to me that we probably need more trains now that we've extended the line out a bit. I've got 3. How's that going for frequency? Let's just go to the eyeball. Southern line, 15-minute frequency. Yeah, so we could probably do with another train. These guys are fairly young, so we'll just throw another general down to avoid having one train faster than everyone else. And we'll just have it come out of Tucson Depot here, I guess. They all have 5 carriages, so I've got to remember that's a capacity issue. So we'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 5, right? Yes, good. And you are on the Southern Line. Now, do we have time to... I sort of really want to connect up the Austin to Merino Valley now, but I get the feeling that's going to involve a lot of fussing around with mountains and stuff. So I think we're going to leave things off here, and we're gonna leave things off with the view of that train going across the third of the Majestic Bridges. We might have to rename this to the Bridges line, I think. Not Michelle Bridges, just, you know, the Rail Bridges line. God, you're slow. Hurry up. We should have built moguls. Wait, I can't even use the fact that we don't have the money for this anymore, because we do have the money, but I am trying to keep a bit of capital in the kitty to fix up old vehicles as they come due, because some of our trains are getting quite old. But with that triumphant arrival into Austin, let's follow him. Let's just make him do all the work for a change. He really is not in a hurry to get into Austin, by the way. 42 k's an hour. Come on, buddy, you can do it. But yeah, with the triumphant arrival of our train into Austin, I will call it a part here. I think we've done quite well for ourselves. We've built the River Line. We've extended the Southern Line finally after many episodes of it just languishing at Gainesville there, despite Gainesville growing. And yeah, I think we've done well. So next time we will hopefully connect Austin up to Merino Valley down there by the river. Or we'll get distracted by something else. You know how it is with this game. But for now, I'd like to thank you for joining me. I've been T-Nick. This has been Transport Fever, and I look forward to having your company again next... Oh God, we've run into a station building. No, I'm okay. But yes, I look forward to seeing you all again next week, back here in Transport Fever in the USA free game map. Later days. And he says goodbye too. Bloody whistles, McGee.